is simply the cost which is paid for using the capital. We have seen that cost of capital is the average rate of return required by the investors. Milton H. Spencer says cost of capital is the minimum required rate of return which a firm requires as a condition for undertaking an investment. According to Ezra Solomon, the cost of capital is the minimum required rate of earnings or the cutoff rate of capital expenditure. The significance and relevance of cost of capital. Maximization of the value of the firm. For the purpose of maximization of the value of the firm, a firm tries to minimize the average cost of capital. There should be a judicious mix of debt and equity in the capital structure of a firm so that the business does not bear undue financial risk. Capital budgeting decision. Proper estimate of cost of capital is important for a firm in taking capital budgeting decisions. Generally, cost of capital is the discount rate used in evaluating the desirability of the investment project. The project will be accepted if it has a rate of return greater than the cost of capital. Decisions regarding leasing. Estimation of cost of capital is necessary in taking leasing decisions or business concern. Management of working capital. In management of working capital, the cost of capital may be used to calculate the cost of carrying investment in receivables and to evaluate alternative policies regarding receivables. It is also used in inventory management. Dividend decisions. Cost of capital is significant factor in taking dividend decisions. The dividend policy of a firm should be formulated according to the nature of the firm, whether it is a growth firm, normal firm, or a declining firm. Determination of capital structure. Cost of capital influences the capital structure of a firm. In designing optimum capital structure, that is, the proportion of debt and equity, due importance is given to the overall or weighted average cost of capital of the firm. The objective of the firm should be to choose such a mix of debt and equity so that the overall cost of capital is minimized. Evaluation of financial performance. The concept of cost of capital can be used to evaluate the financial performance of top management. This can be done by comparing the actual profitability of the investment project undertaken by the firm with the overall cost of capital. Factors which determine cost of capital. The most common approach to calculating cost of capital is to use weighted average cost of capital. Under this method, all sources of financing are included in the calculation and each source is given a weight relative to its proportion in the company's capital structure. These sources include debt, equity, shares, preference shares, retained earnings, etc. So, uh, so the factors which determine the cost of capital are source of finance, corresponding payments related to those finance. What is weighted average cost of capital? The weighted average cost of capital or WACC is a calculation of a firm's cost of capital in which each category of capital is proportionately weighted. All sources of capital, including common stock, preferred stock, bonds, or any other long term debt, are included in WACC calculation. Cost of retained earnings. The profit retained by a company for using in the expansion of the business also entail cost. When earnings are retained in the business, shareholders are forced to forego dividends. The dividends foregone by the equity shareholders are in fact an opportunity cost. Thus, retained earnings involved opportunity cost. Cost of equity or ordinary shares. The funds required for a project may be raised by issue of equity shares which are of a permanent nature. Cost of preference share capital. For preference shares, the dividend rate can be considered as its cost since it is the amount which the company wants to pay against the preference shares. Like debentures, the issue expenses or the discount premium on the issue or redemption are also to be taken into account. Cost of debentures, the amount of interest payable for issuing debenture is considered to be the cost of debenture. Types of cost of capital: explicit and implicit cost. An explicit cost is a direct payment made to others in the course of running a business, such as wage, rent, material, as opposed to implicit cost, where no actual payment is made. Future cost and historical cost. Future cost of capital refers to the expected cost of funds to be raised to finance a project. In contrast, historical cost represents cost incurred in the past in acquiring funds. In financial decisions, future cost of capital is relatively more relevant and significant. Specific cost: the cost of each component of capital is known as specific cost of capital. A firm raises capital from different sources such as equity, preference, debentures, etc. Specific cost of capital is the cost of equity share capital, cost of preference share capital, cost of debentures, etc. individually. Average cost: in economics, average cost or unit cost is equal to the total cost divided by the number of units of good produced. Average cost has a strong implication to how firms will choose the price of their good. Marginal cost: marginal cost is the change in the total cost that arises when the quantity produced is increased by 1 unit. That is, it is the cost of producing one extra unit of good. Overall cost of capital: overall cost of capital means the weighted average cost of capital of each component of capital. It represents the combined cost of capital of various sources such as debt, preference, equity, and retained earnings. Computation of overall cost of capital. Compute specific cost for each individual project. Assign proper weights to specific cost. Multiply the cost of each of the sources by the appropriate weight. Divide the total weighted cost by the total weights in order to get the overall cost of capital. How to calculate cost of capital? To infer the expense of obligation, increase the entry cost related with the obligation by the reverse of the duty rate and partition the outcome by the measure of obligation extraordinary. The measure of obligation remarkable that is utilized in the denominator ought to incorporate any conditional charges related with the procurement of the obligation, just as any premiums or limits on the offer of the obligation. These charges, premiums, or limits ought to be step by step amortized over the life of the obligation, so the sum remembered for the denominator will diminish after some time. The formula for cost of debt is interest expense multiplied by 1 minus tax rate whole divided by amount of debt minus debt acquisition fees plus premium on debt minus discount on debt. Thank you.